Now, effective communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
It's time, my friends, to shake yourself awake. You know, you wake up every day and you ask yourself, how do I feel today? Do I feel excited today? Am I enthusiastic? Am I depressed? Am I down? Am I feeling sad? What am I feeling today? And you think about it. We've talked about it before on the show, Effective Communication here, Phil Zeller. We've talked about your attitude is what your thoughts make it. And so how many times do we have these thoughts in our head that we don't want? We want to purge those. If you want to purge negative thoughts, you came to the right place today, because negative thoughts are going to hold you back. They're going to make your life not worth living. And again, nobody wants to be in that situation. So let's take charge of this. Let's get out ahead of it, because your life is valuable. You're valuable. You have skill sets that we don't have, and we need those skill sets you have. And I always do that. I shared this before with you on the show, that you walk in a room, every person in that room is your superior in some form or some fashion. They have skills and abilities you don't have. But oftentimes we don't take the time to look in the mirror and say, what is it that excites us? What is it that we're really good at? Why do we like doing that? And if you have a day where you're feeling anxious, or you're feeling a little down, and you're feeling a little blue or depressed, ask yourself, what is it that brings a smile to your face? So there I was, just this past week, I went to an air show. I love air shows. I go with my son. He's a pilot, and he loves to go to great air shows. And we're at this phenomenal air show in Florida. And we're at this air show, and that's in, of course, call it the Southern Peninsula of the United States, right, Florida. And we're there at that air show because he lives down there. And looking around and walking around the show, we're talking to different people, and I watch my son. And you watch the people that you know really well around you. Watch the way they react. You can tell if they're in their zone, if they're in their happy place. You'll see the twinkle in their eye. You know the twinkle I'm talking about. You'll see the smile on their face. They'll be smiling at everything. Every time a plane goes by, woo, F-18 Hornet or a 22 or a 35, wherever's zipping by, boom, his head immediately goes to the sky with a big smile on his face. And he's loving every moment of these planes flying by. And I'm taking that in, and all of a sudden I'm getting even more excited about it, because he's so excited about it, because people's passions rub off. And before you know it, we're having conversations with all kinds of people. And when you find something that people are passionate about, and they collectively come together to share that passion, oh my gosh, the stories you will hear, whatever your passion is. That day at the air show, we talked to people about challenging, harrowing situations they were in, and where they lost an engine in a plane and had to do emergency landing, and they survived. They talked about other situations where they did something silly or goofy, and it was hilarious, and just all the conversations. And people were so excited and passionate about sharing their aviation stories. And then we'd go look at the different planes, and then my son said to me, he goes, check this out, Dad. Pay attention to this when you're at the air show, because birds of a feather flock together. And I'm like, okay, maybe you've heard that saying before. So different model aircraft. So over here you might have, here are the people from, Cirrus, and people over here from Diamond, and people over here from, and all the different types of aircraft. And again, forgive me, please, because I'm not the expert in aircraft. My son knows far more than I do, but he noticed that everybody who has the same type of planes or type of interest in aircraft, they kind of congregate together with each other. And I said, wow, you picked that up. And he goes, yeah, it's like anything else, Dad, in life. People, birds of a feather, flock together. In aviation, we like to hang out with people who have the same interests as us, and then the stories start to fly. And I thought it was hysterical, because these stories did start to fly. And so we took an interest in a couple different aircraft. Next thing you know, people are inviting, come on in, sit down with us, have a beverage with us. Let's talk some stuff. So it was beautiful to watch my son in the element where he was passionate and where he was having a blast. And that's the point I want to make with you, because there are points in your life where you felt that way, where you felt you were really involved or really included in whatever it is that you were doing. So I want you to think about that right now. Think about those areas of your life and those times in your life that you were really had that smile on your face, you had the twinkle in your eye, and you had that passion to have the conversations with other people about what it is that you were doing. You got that moment? Get that moment in your head. And then ask yourself, how do I get more of that? Because that feeling right there, if you can pull more of that out, you'll have a happier life. you'll have more happiness in your life, more excitement in your life. So now start a plan for that, okay? Here's my challenge for you today, my friends. Start a plan to get those feelings back and figure out what it is that you were doing that pulls those positive feelings, and make a plan. And if the plan doesn't excite you, then you didn't find the right thing, because a plan should excite you as well. So if you set a plan for your happiness, find your passion, figure out how to go live your passion, what you're going to find is ultimately you're going to bring more joy into your life. You're going to bring more happiness into your life, which will bring more happiness in everybody's lives around you. What a way to live. That's what you want, my friends. Now go make it happen.